How are you getting on, guys? My name is Eoin Heffernan. I'm a 21-year-old ag science student from Dublin, which is a rarity in these days, and one of the first black farmers to come out of UCD as well. I'm running for the position at Ents because I think I'm the best candidate for the job, especially considering I'm running against Ron. A few ideas on my manifesto. I want to improve the Ents crew massively. I think it's something that was lacking so much this year and something we really need to make bigger, better and have a better grounding on campus. Second thing I want to do is I want to start attending international music festivals. There's two massive music festivals on during the year and they are I Love Techno and Snowbombing. This year I Love Techno is on in November. It's on in Flanders and Ghent and you have acts playing at it like Fake Blood, you have Boys Noise, you have Steve Angelo and you have Knife Party. At Snowbombing this year, they're having a massive Fatboy Slim Street party. Dizzy Rascals a headline, Examples playing as well. So I think it's something massively important to the union.
Owen, one of the things you mentioned in your manifesto is you feel the UCD Ball has gone stale and that you want to bring something new to it. Do you think it's a bit of a risk to tamper with something that's been so successful down through the years and is probably our flagship entertainment event?
No, I don't think it's a risk. I think the UCD Ball is a great event and obviously one of the greatest events on campus. But I don't think I'm tampering with it. I think I'm adding to it. So if you come down to the UCD Ball, you still have that savage festival feel, middle of the day, everyone's locked, sun blazing. But I think if you have like a frat party, a full moon party, even a barn dance with like people throwing hay at each other, I just think it'll make it a lot more fun.
Okay, but one of the main things entertainment officers have promised down through the years is to bring back the bar, essentially, get crack back on campus. Do you think that you'll be able to bring a different dimension to this? Because it's been promised to us every year, and the fact that it keeps being promised to us means it hasn't really happened. Do you think that you'll be able to do that? How are you going to go about it?
Yeah, I do think I'm able to do that because I think the bar is lacking in certain stuff. I don't think there's enough stuff going on throughout the week. It's not enough just to have gigs on. I think you need like Zumba classes, poker nights, FIFA nights, whatever. Just something in the bar, even cheaper drinks throughout the week. I also think putting more acts on in the bar, and if you look at DCU on a Tuesday, they do Toxic Tuesdays, and every Tuesday night they have €3 drinks in their bar and over 1,100 people in the bar. So it's like Black Monday, except every Tuesday, and I think that's something we have to look at and move forward to.
Owen, how do you feel about the proposal to remove the entertainment officer in the new constitution?
I don't support it at all. I think it's an absolute massive mistake by the union. I think introducing an Ents manager will like take away from being on the ground in touch with students, seeing what they want, seeing what they know. I think the Ents executive it's a bit weak at points. I think there's 3 officers on it for communication. There's an internal communication officer, an external communication officer, and a communication officer. So like, why do you need 3 communication officers? I think you'd be much better off looking at getting a recruitment officer and getting him or her in to increase the Ents crew and to increase coverage on the ground.
Okay, I think it's actually internal and external promotions, which brings us on to external promotions, which is nightclubs. One of the most contentious issues with the entertainment's role over the last couple of years has been nightclub promoters getting involved in the job and maybe taking their eye off the ball or earning a bit on the side. Will you be able to tell students now comprehensively that you won't be doing nightclubs on the side or taking any extra money out of the entertainment office? And do you feel that nightclubs have worked well in UCD, and how would you go about bringing more money into the entertainment office? Sorry, a lot of questions for you there all at once, but... Okay, we'll go back through them one by one, sorry. One of the problems with the entertainment office that's come back to us year on year has been that more and more nightclub promoters have been getting involved in running for Ents and taking money out of the entertainment office that should maybe be going back into UCD Ents instead of into the Ents officer's pocket. Do you think that this is a problem within UCD? Will it be something that you'll be doing yourself? And how can you say nightclubs will be going forward for Ents?
I've never seen that happen myself, but I hear it's a lot of speculation about it around the campus, so I think it needs to be addressed. I think one thing to look at is when you become Ents officer, your office hours are from 10 in the morning until 6 in the evening. And then on top of that, if you're running gigs in the bar or you're running an Ents night in a nightclub, you have to be there that night as well. So I don't see where people are getting this extra time if you're taking the job seriously. I can see where people are coming on with outside promoters coming in and disturbing things. Obviously, the signature group deal was massive this year. In my personal opinion, I think it was shocking. I think you had class parties going into Tripod on a Wednesday night, which they don't want to go to. They want to go somewhere like the Village, they want to go somewhere like Coppers, they want to go anywhere. And I think you should be able to cater class parties to go wherever they want to go.
With the Constitution and the removal of Ents officer, how can you justify that we're one of 4 colleges in the United Kingdom and Ireland that actually have an Ents officer? And why shouldn't we be copying, not copying, but using the ideas like Warwick, who have one of the most successful Ents departments in Europe? Why shouldn't we be moving toward those things? Yes, I agree with an Ents officer. Yes, I agree that the role has been justified. I did the role, so I think I know it definitely was there. But I think that we need to move on and change. How can you justify saying no to this in the Constitution? And if it's about being the face union, if anything, we're getting about 4 to 5 more face union to get the Ents workload spread around.
Yeah, well, like Johnny, I talk to a lot of students out in DCU, and Shane McNiskell is currently the Ents manager out in DCU. And the reports I've got back on him is lazy, same thing year after year. Students want something different, students want something fresh. Like, you have to research new bands coming up through, you have to research new acts, new things people want to do. And I just think that if you're getting paid a set salary regardless, you're just going to put the bare minimum on just to satisfy your role as an Ents manager. But I think if you're a student, you're into it, you're dragging your mates down to the gig, you're getting a buzz going, I think you're going to do whatever you can, and I just think you're going to make the events a lot better and a lot more heart behind them, and you'll also have a lot more support of the students behind you as well.
But Owen, didn't you use DCU as an example of where they have that great Tuesday night with 1,100 students in the bar every Tuesday? Was that not in DCU? You used earlier an example of DCU as being a great example of Ents and where they could get people into the bar. So maybe it's working there. Maybe we should move towards that. They see if they're doing it so well.
It's a private entity that run the bars out in DCU, so it's not your man.
Quick question for you. This year, obviously, we put on LMFAO in the student bar, probably the biggest act we've ever done in the student bar. If you are to be elected, what kind of calibre of acts would you be looking to get into student bar? Realistic acts, of course.
Yeah. If you look at my manifesto and flyers, which will be going around all this week, you'll see all the different type of acts and music I'm into. And I'm interested in a wide variety of music. I think LMFAO was an absolute unbelievable act to get in the bar. But I think one thing recently with UCD students is that people only go to the bar if it's a massive act. They won't just go for a gig anymore. And I think that's something we kind of need to change. Type of acts, personally, I'll be looking at bringing in. I know there's a few different ones. There's a lad called Jonas from the United States. If you haven't checked him out, check out my Facebook page. I just put a link to his song up there. Wiz Khalifa as well. There's loads of different DJ sets coming in. Boys Noise played 2 years ago, thought they were unreal. Fake Blood are knocking around. You see them playing the Trinity Ball this year. So I don't know, if I was to pick a wish list and my favourite act for next year, I'd say it'd be Azealia Banks.